I'm a lone wolf. Which, you know, it's another way of saying I don't have friends. But it sounds cooler when you put it the first way. Welcome back to Extra Holiday Games. I'm Extra Holiday, and we have a slight change in plans. Not a big one, but there's a question that Troopa has asked Scout to figure out. You know, there's something Troopa needs Scout to know before, or to find out about before moving forward, before Troopa moves forward. So we are normally, the plan before was basically just to kind of see what we could find. You know, we can glide now, we can surf now, and kind of just explore about and see what all we can, what we can find item-wise and Pokemon-wise now that we have more mobility. However, Troopa's at a bit of a crossroads right now as to where to go next. Specifically because Scout went and challenged the Earth Titan. So, instead of doing our usual thing of just looking around and taking our time to explore, we are basically going to beeline it straight to the next Titan. Because I need to know, well, first we're going to check this actually. There's something I need to know. So, ground for grass dragon. I don't think I'm missing anything about that combo that would be especially great. So, okay. Yeah, we're gonna book it over to the east side of Mesagoza to challenge the next Titan, the Steel Titan, because we are kind of going out of order in doing that. We were planning on doing Iono first, but I need to know, and I can't look this up because that's the rule of the Scoutlocke. I need Scout to find out whether a Titan can be statused. Because whether it can be or not plays a huge part in what my plan will be as Troopa for taking on the Earth Titan. Because we have some pretty powerful status moves available to us as Troopa. So I think potentially we could take the Earth Titan if we can status it. If not, then it might be wise for us to just head the other direction. But we'll see. I am kind of completely failing to find my way back up there, but it's fine. Oh, but why don't you fly? Because I would miss stuff. That's why. That is why. I know. I mean, who asked really, but that is why. You know, it's weird. You'll hear me humming the music sometimes And to you, it probably sounds a bit, offbeat. Because I've noticed, future me has noticed that tends to happen a lot, which is strange, right? Because back in the day, when I recorded things slightly differently, that wasn't really an issue. Generally, if I ran into a spot where I was humming along to wow, I just didn't get this TM, huh? If I ran into a spot in the video where I was humming along to a song and it didn't sound like I was on beat, generally my thought was, oh, I must have done the sync wrong because, well, I record my audio and video separately. Like my commentary track and the game audio I record separately. So in the past, having that not synced up was assigned to me like, oh, I need to adjust this. However, as of late, and by this I mean like probably like a year and a half now, maybe 2 years, I've been doing a different method of syncing, which theoretically should be more accurate, right? And it involves recording commentary for effectively doing my sync with the same mic at the same time in 2 different tracks, in both the normal commentary track and the game audio track and the game video track. And then I take, so I've got the 2 different, theoretically, because, I'm saying it at the same time and I'm recording it in 2 different spots at once, theoretically, when I go to edit it, I can just line those up and it should work. But it's only recently I've been noticing that when I do that, a lot of the times I'll come to these points where, I'm humming along to music in the game and it doesn't line up. And I don't consider myself any sort of like musical prodigy or anything. In fact, I would argue that I'm probably not great when it comes to musical things. But I think I can at least kind of stay on beat. And that's not what it sounds like a lot of times when I'm editing. It's strange to me, is really all I'm trying to say, because yeah, it's a weird. Also, I just remembered there was like a steak or something down here, right? There's an item. Oh yeah, I think I got this item as Troopa, but not Scout. Yeah, because theoretically the sync method I use now should be better, and it's weird because nothing else seems out of sync most of the time. I don't know. I honestly don't really know what the deal is. I truly don't think that it's just my lack of musical talent. I think perhaps maybe there's some weird thing going on where the tracks are recorded at like slightly different speeds or something, and therefore they slowly get more and more out of sync. But again, nothing else seems out of sync. I don't know. It's a weird thing, and it's not like probably not relevant or interesting to like 99% of people, but part of me is also like, maybe I am just that bad at keeping on beat. I mean, I've never been great at rhythm games, so who knows? Well, and see, that's the thing. But the thing about that is, back in the day when I did my old sync method, which, by the way, was just syncing the audio in the commentary track to video in the game track, the game video footage. That's the best word for it, probably. Yeah, syncing audio to video rather than audio to audio. Back in the day, once I shifted things over just ever so slightly, right? It's not like my tempo was off ever, and it still doesn't seem to be the case now. It's just that, you know, that it's just like a half-second offset or like a quarter-second offset in when I start and when I end each note, which is it's weird. It's weird. I don't understand it really, but it's not a huge deal to me personally, but like it does bug me a little bit. It bugs me a little bit to be like, okay, why was it off? YouTuber things, I guess. And if I really had the time and energy to do so, I would probably actually just fix it every time I heard it, but instead I guess I'll just have everyone think that I'm bad at keeping on beat, or it's because that's easier, and honestly probably not that inaccurate. Yeah, I mean, I never made it to expert in Rock Band, so I think the best I ever did was, getting to almost I could do some songs on the hard difficulty on the guitar specifically. I'm referring to the guitar parts because that was what I played most. I did dabble in drums, but not much because that even though they're not real drums, the Rock Band drums were still loud. Especially, I'm talking Rock Band 1. So they hadn't quite nailed down the design yet for the peripheral. Steel Igglybuff. Do I have one? I feel like I might have one. So yeah, I didn't play the drums much. So it was, singing is, well, it's singing. So yeah, that's a fighting Jigglypuff. Looking for a Jigglypuff and Igglybuff. It's one of those things. Music is one of those things that I definitely want to get better at. But now is probably not the best time. Just because I have so much else to be doing. And there's always like 8 million other things that I want to be getting good at too. So, yeah. We're going to catch this Igglybuff, by the way. I'm only stopping at these raids because, next time I come by, it's probably going to be a different Pokemon. So I'd be missing out if I didn't. Be missing out on an ally that could potentially be quite useful. Having more options is quite nice. Trying to think. No, we didn't miss any sort of dialogue or anything. It's interesting to me, right? Because I'm doing 2 playthroughs of 9th gen Pokemon, if you didn't know. And I mean, I feel like if you didn't know, it would have been kind of, the beginning of this episode probably would have been pretty confusing. wouldn't have known what I was talking about. But anyway, point is, I'm doing two different playthroughs of these games, and I should have used the luxury ball there. It's interesting how different they're turning out to be. Because what I'm doing right now, just kind of running my mouth while playing the game, that feels more like to me, when Future Me sits down to watch it, it feels more like a Scarlet episode than a Violet episode, because, I'm doing the Scarlet episodes, I'm playing through the parts of Scarlet after I'm playing through those same parts of Violet, so obviously I'm not going to have as much to talk about, and also, I'm not actually doing the voice over like I am. I'm not voice acting things in Scarlet like I am in Violet. But on episodes like this, where I kind of got time to fill, I kind of just default over to this style of episode. In that regard, I think the Violet playthrough, the one you're watching right now, is probably a little more balanced than Scarlet, because Scarlet... Oh, right, I never fought you. Did I fight the guy up here? The Scarlet playthrough is... Oh, wow, I didn't fight you either. Wow, okay. All right, we'll fight these people. In the Scarlet playthrough, you basically get two types of content. You get me rambling like I am right now, and you get you get actual serious battles occasionally. Hopefully more in the future, because so far it's been I've only had one or two close calls, which it's, believe it or not, you might be surprised if you've been watching the Scarlet playthrough, but I don't necessarily... Oh, yeah, I was supposed to voice act that. Goodness, you're strong. I got caught up in my thought there. Yeah, you might be surprised. I don't necessarily like it when a game is too easy. Get ready to see a real chef at work. I don't know why I made her James, but it's not exactly James's voice. Nice little poke. Okie doke. Would send in Rafa, but ground versus water is not a great idea. Is Rick our best option? Rick might be our best option. Kind of going back and forth on whether I want to evolve Rick or not. Because, yes, Gengar has better stats than Haunter, and yes, Gengar has even better stats than Haunter with Eviolite. But I kind of like the idea of Rick being a more defensive Mon, Being a Haunter with Eviolite and Will-O-Wisp and Hex, that sounds like a cool combo, even if it's maybe not 100% the most effective. It sounds cool. Now why'd you go and do that? I need to remember. This is Violet. I need to remember to talk, because here's another little inside baseball thing about making videos. I have been thinking a lot about why a lot of people who play games on the internet, Let's Players, streamers, whatever, why they do read out what's being said in the game, particularly in games that don't have their own voice acting. And as a viewer, I've recognized that if the streamer, content creator, whatever, does that, it makes it a lot easier for me to follow along with what's going on when without actually having to watch the video. having to keep my eyes on it. All right, it makes for better second monitor fodder, which at first I feel like I was kind of at it. I feel like I kind of had an issue with the idea of people just kind of throwing my videos on in the background and not paying too much attention to it. But now I realize that's probably what they're actually best for a lot of the time. And so I'm not, I understand that that's probably what, I'm okay with it now, basically. And sometimes I even take steps to actively make it better for that. Like, for example, nowadays, this wasn't always the case, but nowadays, whenever future me chimes in, feel free to chime in here if you want, future me. There's a little, you hear that ding, that little ding of a bell ringing. That wasn't always the case. That happened a while into this what we're doing here. Wait, how do I have to go? Oh, looks like I have to go through Levencia to get there. Okay. Well, we're just gonna kind of speed through Levencia for now. But we'll get there later and do some more proper searching. We can actually just ride across now. So yeah, there's that little ding now when future me chimes in. That wasn't always there. And the reason I started doing that is because I recognized that that it's likely that people wouldn't be paying direct attention to, a lot of the times when I watch these sort of videos, I am sitting and actually paying attention to the video itself. But I also recognize that a lot of the time when people are watching videos, they're not just eyes glued to the screen that the video is playing on. A lot of times they have their eyes glued to a different screen, which is absolutely fine. I do not have a problem with that. And so having that little ding there, if you've watched a lot of my videos, tells you, if you know the deal with my videos, that tells you like, oh, here's something that's appearing. There's something appearing on screen that it is purely visual. Because, yes, I could have future me record actual audio each time he has anything to say. That would probably just end up with future me almost never talking ever, because it's more of a hassle. It's easier. Oh, hey, look, QFant. It's more of a. It's inhibitive enough for future me to be like, probably just wouldn't. Oh, like jamming music. We'll be back. You know what? We will use the Pokemon Center just so that we can fly here later. Not that we've been using fly, but yeah, just a little bit of inside baseball there. Now, I have a hard time not talking about how I make things, just because I enjoy the process, and thus I want to share how it's done. Is this Arvin again? Yo, Scout. So somewhere in one of the mines that are around here, we should find this lurking steel titan. Rumor has it that the thing's staggeringly huge and real long. I think a Pokemon like that would be easy to spot. I wonder how it stays hidden. Maybe it's super fast? If that's the case, riding that Pokemon of yours might help you catch up. It kind of reminds me of that one big, well, I mean, they're all big. The one Colossus from Shadow of the Colossus that you fight in the desert. It flies and you kind of have to like shoot it down to get on top of it. But anyway, right. So we have... I need a move. I need a move that I know is going to inflict a status condition. So like Thunderwave or Will-O-Wisp. Because this is what I need to test. I need to test whether this guy is... whether Titans in general, I should say, are immune to status conditions. Because I heard that that might be the case, but I don't know. And that could very much change how the Earth Titan fight goes with Troopa. So what do we have that we know can... We have Toxic Spikes we could do. That might be the best option. Well, no, it's a Steel type. It's not gonna... Never mind. Toxic Spikes doesn't work. So we're gonna need... Yeah. We're gonna need Thunderwave or... Will-O-Wisp or like Sleep Powder. Something like that. Doesn't seem like... I swear we got Thunderwave at some point, didn't we? Did we use it on someone? I mean, I'm sure we could make it if we need to, but... Yeah, actually, let's go back to that Pokemon Center real quick. So I think we could probably make a TM that would help us with that specifically. Let me make a TM, please. Okay, so takedown. I mean, there's plenty of moves we have and TMs we have from those moves that have a chance of inflicting a status condition. But that's not really what we want. We want something that we know is going to. Smart Strike. Slash. Thunder Wave. Nobody here can learn Thunder Wave, but we could at least grab someone. Hopefully it's not a ground type. Oh, we can. Oh, we can get Will-O-Wisp. Okay. I wanted this anyway for Rick because it's just how I should have taught it to Rick right then and there, but it's fine. Right, so I don't know what type this Titan is, so I want to also grab Thunderwave, even though nobody on this current team can learn it, because I want to swap in someone who can, or maybe already has it, but you know. Okay, so Rick, we're gonna teach you Will-O-Wisp. That's just a good move for you to know right now, wherever it is. Will-O-Wisp, there it is. I like this combo. I mean, Payback isn't really great for us, but it's fine. And then probably gonna swap someone out. Maybe Clamp. I don't know who's highest level. Rick, of course. For who do we have? Who have we used that has Sapfish? No. Who do we have that has? Who have we used that has a status move? You know, who's of proper level? You know what? Can we search for certain levels? Nope. That is unfortunate. They should really add that feature. You have Nuzzle, Pikachu 2. You already have a fighting type, so maybe we swap out Sparta for Pikachu 2. You have Stun Spore. Oh, you know what? Actually, Stun Spore would work. Yeah, Squidward would work here. So actually, I'm gonna swap out Ruffa because Stun Spore would be. So we have a plan if it's grass type, if it's like steel grass for some reason, then Squidward's Stun Spore won't work, but Rick's Will-O-Wisp will. And then if it's steel fire for some reason, then Will-O-Wisp won't work, but Stun Spore will. So, okay, we've got a plan on how we're going to inflict a status condition on this guy. Now we just need to find him. And I'm kind of just going to ignore everything else for the most part until we do. Yeah, Dargon is still lowest level. Another... No, it's a street light. I thought that was another. Okay, I am seeing the Pokemon around here. But I thought that was another Pokemon Center, but it's street light, but it isn't. Okay, it's over here. You know, I might as well set the destination because it would probably be easy for me to get lost otherwise. I am seeing a lot of ground types, a lot of rock types, some electric types around here. It is interesting. You know, fire types, but with Carcool. Oh, do you evolve into the car, don't you? Okay, good to know. So it said it was, Arvin said it was in the mines. So maybe we go in there. Is that close enough for it to be there? No, it's probably in the next thing over. Ugh. Frames. Yeah, we will be doing some more due diligence in this area later, but for now, we're just gonna kind of scoot on past everyone to take on the Titan. Okay, it's almost certainly this cave, right? Almost definitely. Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm going to assume that that's it. What? Hey. What in the... Get back here. You? Oh, I didn't swap Pokemon. I probably should have done that. That's probably fine. Also, what the fuck is this? I think I saw... I kind of sort of saw something. Earthworm. That's right. I did see... Okay, now that I'm seeing it and the name... Yeah, I get it. I know what this is. I did see this Pokemon somewhere else. This is one that I had spoiled for me a little bit. But it still looks weird to me. Okay, Squidward. So we're going to try to hit it with Stun Spore. Iron Tail, that's fine. We should survive. Yeah, okay, it missed. Stun Spore. Okay, it did work. Earthworm is paralyzed. So let's hit it with a Mud Shot then. Now that we know that that works. Earth Eater. Oh, it's immune to ground type. Okay, that's good to know. I can keep a note on that because our counter to this guy with Troopa was going to be Talk Super, but okay, so if you're immune to ground, then how about fire? Also, Interesting that they put another ability out there that makes Pokemon immune to ground type moves, because Levitate already exists, but I mean, obviously this thing's not levitating. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was probably meant to be the third Titan. Judging by how we're dealing with it much easier than we were dealing with Iron Tread, who is also Steel type, interestingly. Okay. Okay. Flame Charge. I don't know if Hot Wheels wins this overall, but okay, definitely not. But we have other options, so. Let's go with Sparta. Sparta will certainly be able to handle this. Rock Smash. Nice. That should put it in a spot where it wants to run, or eat the Herba Mystica, really. Okay. So let's heal up Hot Wheels, because that was a little rough for Hot Wheels. Yep. Do I go for the Stun Spore again, or should I go Will-O-Wisp? It does seem to be a physical attacker. I wasn't actually paying too much attention to what moves it was using. I probably should have been, but so let's go for Will-O-Wisp, because I think it was using physical moves. But yeah, let's try and burn it and see if that works after it's eaten the Herba Mystica. Would you, sir? Sir. Okay, here we go. Blech. Well, the Titan Earthworm began eating something. Scout, you managed to pin down the Titan? That's the lurking Steel Titan? It's, well, it sure is long. That's what she said. I think our little friend might be even feistier now after eating those herbs. You just called him long. You can't call him little now. We're gonna need to do this together, Scout. I mean, I could probably do it alone, but... Alrighty. Let's go. Oh, hey, Rick and Toad's Ghoul are the same level. Nice. Doesn't matter how big an opponent is, victory's gonna taste so good seasoned by my Toad School. Let's burn it. It avoided it. Okay. Ooh, ow. Supersonic, that's good. Okay, so you can confuse them. That's good to know. Yeah, I figured if it was gonna be immune to status conditions, it would be this form after it's eaten the Herba Mystica that would make it immune. But we did burn it, so it appears that it is not immune to status conditions, which means that Troopa can probably take the Steel Titan, or the Earth Titan. Probably also the Steel Titan, because this thing is not as hard as the one we just fought, but okay, so now that that's established, how about a Hex, huh? Wow, yeah. Love that combo. Sandstorm. Oh, that will raise its special defense. I learned that that was apparently not a thing. Also, Toad School has Hex. That's pretty good. Apparently that was not a thing in 4th gen. Or at least not to the same extent. Because, yeah, I was playing Diamond earlier, and they kept using Sandstorm, and I was still doing as much damage as I was, which was weird. But hey, we beat the Titan Earthworm. That's pretty cool. We did it, Scout. Way to go, little buddy. Did you get a good look at its face, though? I didn't expect a Titan to be such a little cutie. It is kind of cute. All right. I bet if we go in here, we'll find more of that Herba Mystica it ate before. Let's go find it before that thing can regroup. Right. Let's get your dog better. And then there will only be one Titan left. I mean, yeah, there is only one Titan left. Which is pretty crazy. Come out wherever you are. What's up? Which one is this? We've had sweet, sour, and bitter, right? So is this... Doesn't look spicy. So what's the other flavor? Yes, found it. Here's our little herb. Try to salty. Ah, that makes sense. This shape, this sheen, it looks like it'll taste horrible, which means it's gotta be good for you. I mean, generally, salty things taste good, in my experience, but yeah. Now then, let's see, what does the book have to say? Well, apparently the salty Herba Mystica helps with aching hands and feet, good for neuropathy and numbness. When you've got muscle weakness, it supposedly builds up strength again. No time to waste, let's get some food going. Oh man, is my Mastiff gonna stand this time? Yeah, whatcha. Sorry for the wait. Here's a super healthy sandwich that'll perk you right up once you eat it. Plus, as a token of our friendship, here's another Titan badge. Gaze upon it in awe as you eat. I mean, it's not that impressive. See? Is he doing the Salt Bay meme? What? I mean, I guess I shouldn't be that surprised, but I guess that meme really is just like pinching salt onto something, so it's not really, it's probably not actually a reference, but yes. We all expected this. Nobody is surprised. Yes. Why do I even pretend like I'm gonna eat it first? Kians. Coming out, my Mastiff. Food's up. Let's go. Make dog better. Honestly, I care about that more than any upgrade I'm getting from your ride on at this point. Munch, 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 munch. Would you look at that? Seems like someone's got a proper appetite now. Give him the whole sandwich. Just like I did with me ride on. Agios! Jump higher. Ooh, a high jump. You know, for some reason I kind of expected. I'm not terribly surprised by this. Seems like that fella's also slowly regaining its original strength. Still, it doesn't look like it's anywhere close to returning to its battle form. Yes. Seems healthy enough physically. Maybe it's got some kind of mental block that's preventing it from returning to its true form? Has to do with the professor, doesn't it? What do you mean? I've read about it in books before. A mental scar, like psychological trauma, you know. It has PTSD? Oh, shit. I think that's what you call it. Maybe it had a terrifying experience in battle, so now it's scared to battle at all? But it did battle the Houndoom at the start. Well, don't worry. I'm sure both that brute and Mastiff will make a full recovery eventually. So, how do you feel, Mastiff? How's that Herba Mystica working? No pressure. Not like it's fair to expect every kind of Herba Mystica to have some huge effect, right? It's not like the effect has to be immediate either. Hey, it's okay. Don't worry. Scout and I are going to make sure you're right as rain. We've got one more herb to go, and I bet it's the best of them all. It's just gotta be. All right, Scout. Next up on our little herb hunt should be the last. But we can't lose steam until we're done. Let's keep up our momentum. Here we go. Agia. Let's do it. Rototototo. Hello, Scout. This is Turo. I detect that Miraidon has regained more of its original power. Do you say the same thing every time? While you're riding upon it, it seems it can now jump higher if you press and hold the B button. If you press and hold the B button, Miraidon will now be able to jump higher than before. If you give it a quick press, it will perform a smaller jump instead. Okay. Oh, you know what? You know what kind of tipped me off to this being one of the powers? The Alfornata Cavern. Because there are some jumps there that look like, or there's some ledges there that look like they're specifically like, if you could just jump a little higher, you could get up there. So that's kind of what tipped me off, I think. You must continue helping me Miraidon recover. Sure. Okay. So, oh, that's a high jump. And of course, they put you in an area where you can put that to use. All right. So, we will probably be putting that to use next time. But, as for this episode, that's a wrap. Scout, please, I need you to focus.